Hello? Hmm? Hello? Chat? Hello, hello. I fixed it now. What is going on, chat? What's up? What's up? Let's get that music going. Why is that music so loud? Let's start that over. Chat, how we doing? Hello, hello. Hello. I wanted to leave a message for you to let you know that Springtrap's finally joining Dead by Daylight today. Oh my god! Oh my god, really? Really, phone guy? Chat, who's excited? Who's excited? So, we got a few things we need to do today. It might not be that long of a stream, but we do have some things we need to do. If it turns out to be a relatively short stream, maybe I'll go live again later tonight. We'll see, we'll see. But first of all, we have 30 minutes, just about, until the developer stream by Dead by Daylight, where they're going to be showing off brand new details for the collaboration. First look at Springtrap's gameplay, as well as a whole bunch of other exciting reveals, probably some brand new cosmetics. If you remember last time, we got a cosmetic that was William Afton from the FNAF movie, Matthew Lillard himself. Absolutely crazy stuff. We have a few brand new teasers to take a look at that they've been posting at midnight and then at 6 a.m. So thanks for that, Dead by Daylight. Had to stay up till midnight. I was literally out celebrating a friend's birthday last night. I had to be like, hold on. I had to pause my discussion. Time out, folks. They're about to post a brand new FNAF Dead by Daylight teaser. Hold on, I gotta write the tweet, hashtag FNAF for, new teaser. And then they showed off another teaser earlier this morning at 6. Which, of course, I slept in. Because I was already up until, 1. So I was like, they've already posted the teaser. I can sleep in a little bit. They had different plans. And then also, probably the biggest news of all, after the developer stream, which starts in 30 minutes, after that, at 12 p.m. Eastern time, so in about an hour and a half right now, we get the PTB, which stands for Public Test Build, which means they're going to be releasing Springtrap out into the open, out into the public. Make sure your doors are locked. Make sure your blinds are closed. And we're going to be able to play with him. Now, who's excited? I do have a little bit of unfortunate news. Well, 2 pieces of unfortunate news. Number 1, I've tried with my might. I cannot get my face cam to work during Dead by Daylight. So when we hop into the game, when we hop into the test build, I'll have to turn off my face cam because it just lags, and that's not going to be fun. Number 2, I'm lonely. I don't have anyone to play with today. I tried reaching out. They all said they were full. So I have no one. So we're going to be doing some bot lobbies. Hey, I did see Battis in chat. Battis, if you're not busy, hey. If you want to join, feel free. But yeah, I reached out to people and they're like, we're full. Get out of here, loser. You're late to the party. So, that was a little awkward. Battis would love to play. All right, chat, we got one. We got one. Komo-san, what's up? Bots are harder than players. I tried one bot lobby 30 minutes ago. It seemed fine. Though also, chat, I don't know how to tell this. I've never played killer. I didn't know how to pick up a player that I downed. I was clicking the spacebar. It didn't pop up with the prompt, so I was like, okay, maybe it's click. I tried clicking. I just swung my weapon. I tried right click. I was placing down a trap. if you are looking to me for high-quality Dead by Daylight Springtrap Killer content, you may have picked the wrong stream. Servers are gonna crash. Yeah, well, my initial plan was to do public lobbies. I was just like, oh, I got no one to play with, I'll just do pubs. And then I was informed that queues for pubs are gonna be like 30 minutes. So, we're not gonna do that. Think I picked the right stream? I basically... Alright, here's the truth of it. Leave around like 4-ish to pick up my car. I need to leave at like 4 to go pick up my car. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to like, just kind of have fun until then. Do some PTBs, kind of explore the map, because I think we get the map with the test build as well. I think we get the map. So kind of look around the map, see if we can find any secrets, kind of just get the general feel for Springtrap and the collaboration. And then, hopefully later tonight, maybe tomorrow night, I'm going to try to get a big group of people and we can actually play the video game. Alright, chat. Here's what we're going to do. If you have not noticed, I have not posted a freaking FNAF news video in a hot freaking minute. So, you may or may not have seen, we have been getting daily teasers for Five Nights at Freddy's and Dead by Daylight. So, I want to go through those pretty quickly. Oh, Tracy's here too. Tracy, if you are free for the PTB and want to join me in the baddest. I'm just saying. No pressure. Yeah, we've been getting daily teasers for the collaboration, which I've not done a video on yet, so I want to go through them right freaking meow. Let me do... Boom. So the first one is honestly kind of lame. Honestly, they're all kind of lame, just to preface. They're all kind of lame. But we do have confirmation that Rats in the Vents is in official FNAF content. Rats in the Vents. I think we've got rats in the vents again. I can only ever say that in Daco's voice. I can hear them running now. Let's hope we don't get an inspection. Interesting. Oh, Tracy, you're going live as well? Well, if you're down, hit me up. Johnny's in the game. Wait, what? Are you calling me a rat? Wait. Wait. What is the implications of that comment, huh? Let's time out for a second on that one. But yeah. You can notice, in the background of the teaser, is a little bit of a tease of the kitchen, I do believe, which we're going to see a lot of later on. Yes, Mimic Mondays too. We have been getting a lot of brand new Secret of the Mimic content. I have been super freaking busy dealing with this car thing, so I've not had the time to do videos. But my plan of action is today, do all the Dead by Daylight stuff, tomorrow, or maybe even later tonight, I don't know. Do like a big edited video of this stream, showing off my reactions and stuff. And then on Friday, probably a Secret of the Mimic video. Or Thursday. I don't know. It's weird. They started posting stuff on Fridays now, so it's not just Mimic Monday, it's also Mimic Friday. But if I post a video on Thursday, it'll be Mimic Thursday. I don't know. Videos are coming back. That's what I'm trying to say. I apologize for missing out on news. There's also general FNAF news that I need to cover as well. But yeah, this was the first teaser. They're all kind of like this, where it's just little notes. Can someone grab the toolbox from their repair room? That room gives me the creeps. Toolbox, if you don't know, is one of the various items you can collect in Dead by Daylight. It makes the generators repair faster. Because if you still don't know, the general gameplay for Dead by Daylight involves repairing generators, at least for the survivors to escape. So yeah, probably going to be a toolbox in the repair room. We have seen a whole bunch of rooms in the map. Yeah, the dev stream starts in like 25 minutes. We got a little bit. They're just doing a countdown right now. That was the second one. We got this one. Where's the confetti coming from? This one's kind of funny. Because where does the confetti come from? Oh my gosh. Yeah, FNAF teasers are a little bit boring recently. But, hey, it's marketing. I'll take it. I'd rather have boring teasers than no teasers at all. This one, you got a good look at the clock. A lot of people pointed out the purple bow tie on this clock. Also, look at this, dude. 12 a.m. Oh my god, let me sleep. Let me sleep. Where's the confetti coming from? Find more every night. So, also, some people have been kind of pointing out that these notes sound like they're being written from the perspective of a Fazbear employee. Right? Where's the confetti coming from? Someone grabbed the toolbox. Got rats in the vents again. Let's hope we don't get inspection. We don't get inspection. We. So whoever's writing these is part of the staff. So some people have been saying this might be hinting towards a Night Guard legendary skin. Because if you recall correctly, we do not have a survivor in this collab. It's just Springtrap and the map. And, like, you know, cosmetics and powers and all that stuff. But survivor, we do not have any. That was the third one. This is part of the Mimic Mondays thing. Also kind of boring. It's fun to fill these out and reply. But, it's just... I feel like we can do a bit better still. Will. And then this is the last teaser image we got. 12 a.m. last night. Or I guess this morning, because 12... Whatever. Do not leave the stove on if you leave the kitchen. Did no one read that employee handbooklet? So once again, this is from the perspective of an employee. Could we be getting an employee legendary skin? Who knows? Also, another theory people have been talking about is that this is relating a lot to very specific rooms in the map. You got the kitchen, you got the repair room, and a lot of people are thinking that these hints to specific locations are where the jump scares are going to take place. Because Behavior, the development studio behind Dead by Daylight, did confirm that we are getting jump scares as part of the gameplay for the FNAF chapter. So maybe, in reference to the FNAF movie, if you go in the kitchen, maybe we're able to open up like a drawer or like a fridge, whatever it was in the movie, and you see Carl and he jumps out at you. Because also, if we go back, I'm going to have to scroll back a little bit, to when we first got our first look at the FNAF map in the collaboration, a lot of fans noticed that Carl is missing from Chica's hand. I'm scrolling all the way past. Man, this JonnyBlox guy does not shut up. Here. Look at that. Carl's missing. Carl is missing. So what if he's around the map and he'll jump scare us? Mr. Cupcake, sorry. What if Mr. Cupcake is around the map and he can jump scare us? You mean Mr. Cupcake? Yes, I mean Mr. Cupcake. You know what I hate is when I say Mr. Cupcake and when people are like, no, his name's Carl. But when I say Carl, people are like, no, his name's Mr. Cupcake. It's like, I get it. I mean, come on. He's hopping around the pizzeria. Didn't he do that in Funko Fusion? I never ended up playing that game. Get a code by Funko Fusion. Because if you remember, I did a whole short where they gave me like a care package with like some of the exclusive Funko Pops or something. And after they sent that, they were like, yeah, we're gonna also give you a code for the game. It's like a $40 game. Where is my... Here it is. I got a pretty big box from the kind folks over at... This. They gave me a box. And inside they had like some Funko Pops for me. Hot Fuzz and something else. I don't know, I've never seen those movies. But they were like, hey, we're gonna give you a code as well, so you can play the game. I was like, cool, sounds good. Don't have a code. And I'm like, okay, it's a little bit weird. A few days go by, I'm like, I feel like I should have a code by now. I messaged Sister Axe, who did get a code. I was like, hey sis, did they give you the code yet? He was like, oh yeah, but play the game. It's a game. I was like, huh, I don't have a code, sis. He was like, interesting, I'll get you one. So sis gave me a free code. I never got a code from Funko Fusion. Honestly, though, maybe for the best, because that game, I played it for 40 minutes, and I really did not like it. With all due respect. Mr. Cupcake's the official name? I know, Phil. Trust me, I know. That's why I usually say Mr. Cupcake. But then I get comments like, his name's Carl. I like it by default because it is Mega Man and Freddy. That's true, that's true. Yeah, I didn't finish the Dead by Daylight teasers. We have one more to go through, chat. And that is the most recent one that was posted at 6 a.m. today. You can see JonnyBlox kind of slept in. Late! Late! Omega lol, late! Alright. So, we got our first look at the security camera system. Now, first of all, pause the music. Are there cameras in the bathrooms? What did they mean by this? And also, you may notice, as we're looking around the cameras, we've got little markers here that pop up. Which makes me suspect that this is genuine gameplay. Gotta make sure people are shitting right. Alright, baddest. Yeah. I don't know what that was. What the heck is that noise? Is that Springtrap walking around? Sounds like a jump scare noise? Nah, that's way too... I mean, maybe a little bit. Startles! Hello! It sounds really short. I don't know. Checks a locker. It's a vent. It's a vent. Rats in the vents. Rats in the vents. A vent opening. Yeah, I think you guys are on the money there. Yeah. I like the idea of events. Snartles, really good job, by the way, on the, what's his name? Dawko thumbnail. Chat! It's that time again, by the way. Brand new Dawko charity stream Saturday. Wow, 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 wow. Yeah, that was our first look at the security cameras. We're going to go back to it in a second. But since it's on my mind, let me pull this up. Let me pull this up. We got a hecking brand new Dawko Lewis Games Dawkins British charity stream coming up. Boom! This Saturday, Security Breach Ruin and Dead by Daylight. It's going to be fun. And look at this awesome art by Snartles. Can we get some hearts in the chat for Snartles? Wow, 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 wow. We do not know. I guess I should always preface. If we're going to get any teasers from Steelwool. Probably nothing from Dead by Daylight because the PTB is already out. We don't know if we're getting anything from Scott or Blumhouse or freaking Pop Goes, I guess. But Dawko's charity streams are always fun. He's going to be playing a whole bunch of really good games. So, thought I'd give it a shout out anyways because I probably won't be able to shout it out before it actually happens. But you know, if there is any FNAF news, I'll be there to report it. But I'm sure you won't need me, because I'm sure all you guys are going to be watching it already. But back to the cameras. Back to the cameras. Like I said earlier, I do believe this to be gameplay. Mainly because of these markers. Kind of makes it seem like we're teleporting to whatever camera has this marker above it. We get a whole bunch of other looks around the pizzeria. This is really interesting. This looks like some back room. Some, like, staff-only area. Honestly, it looks like a catacomb or like a utilitunnel. Like from Security Breach. The teleporting mechanic. Yes, yes, yes. Now, I should clarify, if you probably haven't already guessed, I am not all too familiar with general Dead by Daylight stuff. So when Startles says the teleporting mechanic, and I go, yes, indeed, I actually do not know what they are talking about. But I can assume... I have no idea. I can assume different camera positions throughout the pizzeria. Nice bathroom you have there. Thanks. Travel through tunnels and end up at the other end with this kind of vision. Interesting. So maybe if we put the 2 and 2 together and we assume that this noise right here isn't random, maybe this is Springtrap's vision when he's in the vents? Or maybe this is the survivor's vision? I don't know. It does seem a little weird if Springtrap had a security camera system that he could use, because that's mainly like a survivor thing in the games anyway. Seems kind of slow to be a killer ability. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Kind of has to be survivor then. It would have been nice if they had like Springtrap just back there. Just over 10 minutes, by the way, till the dev stream. If Springtrap has cams, it would be useless. If survivors have cams, it could be OP. Yeah, I mean, that's why they release test builds like this, is to gauge audience feedback and reception. And if it turns out the cameras are too OP in this test build, well, they know that. They know to fix that before the release in June. Wish Dead by Daylight would add Gart in a Ban. Nah. It's in 2 minutes. Shouldn't be. It should be in 12. Unless they're starting 10 minutes early. But that would not make any sense. No, they're going to do a 10-minute countdown. They did that for the PAX stream as well. It's just going to be a countdown, I bet. Wow, 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 wow. When does Springtrap release in June? There's not an official date, but there's a date that people are like, yeah, no, it's pretty much guaranteed to be on that date. And I think it's the 17th, if I recall correctly. I believe it's the 17th. Because there's some in-game event right now that ends on that day. They should include the functions from FNAF 3 where the camera shut down so the cameras won't be OP. I like that idea. That's a really good idea. Excuse me. They'll probably do something like... Because I do think these cameras are going to be OP. Absolutely. 100. Like, pretty much the whole map. We only see, like, 3 shots here. The bathrooms. This kind of back area. And then the main dining area. But if they're in pretty much every room and you're able to see exactly where Springtrap is or the killer is, anything that gives survivor visuals on the killers a nightmare to balance, yeah. Yeah, it really, really depends on how many cameras there are. Here. The dev stream is scheduled to start right now, but I guarantee you it's going to be a 10-minute counter. But we can throw it up on the screen so you guys can look at the time ticking down. Bow, bow. I will have to do this. And then this. And then a little bit of freaking of that. There we go. So it says starting soon. They might include a release date during the stream. Probably. I think it's just going to be June 17th, which kind of everyone knows, but it'd be nice if they did. Also, a bit of a disclaimer. I will be live tweeting during this. So it's probably going to be a lot like the initial stream earlier this month, I think. When was that? I think it was earlier this month. Where I'm watching it, freak out for a little bit, but then I gotta type because I gotta make my tweets. Where did the June 17th come from? There's like an in-game event, if I recall correctly, that ends on that day. I believe. Or it's like something along those lines. There's something in the game right now that ends on June 17th. Also, I'm not sure how true this is, but I've heard that PTBs usually last like 6 days. I'm not sure if that's the exact range. I'm not sure. I don't know. I've heard like 2 people say it, but as a heads up, if you got about 6 days. Little under a week, it would seem. Which makes sense. They can't have it open for too long. It needs to be open just long enough to have fans give enough feedback on the game. But then also still allow the devs time until release. My chair just gave out. Oh my god, I almost fell and died. To fix any complaints, any critiques. Still waiting on Dead by Daylight. You know, they're a little bit late to start their countdown. Imagine if the Phantoms mess with the cameras. I do think... Here we go. Yeah, it's just a starting soon screen, I figured. Trap's ability. So, I'm really curious what that is going to consist of. So behind on FNAF news, we are getting brand new details, brand new footage for the Dead by Daylight FNAF collab, which comes out in June. And a test build, which is open to the public, releases about an hour after the stream at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. Stream's lagging. Let me have a gander. It's brand new footage for the Dead by Daylight FNAF collab, which comes out in June. Seems good right now. It might be like the past couple streams where it'll, like, stutter for a second. But that shouldn't happen frequently. It doesn't seem like it's been happening frequently, so... yeah. Might just have to deal with that. Because I've tried fixing it. I don't know. It's never been more Jover. Why is Twitter acting like I've never been on Twitter? It's like, hey, let's follow some people. No, I've been following some folks. Is Twitter down, actually? Because it's been going down. How do I feel about there being a gang war in the next Spider-Man movie? I heard that Mark Ruffalo is apparently going to be the next one. I don't really care for that. I am really tired of the let's introduce a secondary Marvel character to be alongside Spider-Man. I just want Spider-Man. Or at least have it be a character that, like, makes sense, like Daredevil. I saw so many people being like, the Hulk and Peter have, like, never interacted. So I don't know how they're going to explain that, if he really is going to be the, like, Marvel guy that they add in. But this is not a Spider-Man stream. Yeah, Twitter's freaking out right now. But when is it not, to be fair? Grounded Spider-Man movie is sick. I don't get... I mean, I get they're doing, like, their multiverse thing leading into Doomsday and Secret Wars. But, like, I don't know. Street level Spider-Man Daredevil movie. Is it that hard of a concept to grasp? Is it that... is it that out there? I don't know. It seems a lot more simple and easier to do than multiverse stuff, but I don't know. I'm really hoping after Secret Wars they just... Clean slate. Clean slate. You know, you don't have to, like, get rid of everything that you've already established, but, like, kind of enough of the multi-films, like Thunderbolts, man. Thunderbolts is so good. Standalone movie, really good characters, really good action, emotion, fantastic movie, great character dynamics. I don't need a billion teases for the next movie. I want to watch a movie that has a beginning and an end, and it doesn't have to tease anything else. Anyways, this is why you don't get me started on non-FNAF stuff. Though also, I never usually have a place to, like, talk about or vent about this stuff, because so much of my everyday interactions is FNAF. So when you get me going, I can talk. There's a Minecraft FNAF mod. I've heard about that. Speaking of Minecraft, by the way, I don't know if you guys saw. Apparently, Poppy Playtime is collaborating with Fortnite and Minecraft. I don't know how true this is, but there was... Get you going? Yes, Rez. Yeah, Rez. Once you get me going, Rez. Yeah, I don't know how true that is. It was apparently in, like, a Yahoo news article. I don't know a single person who has ever used Yahoo. But it was around the time that it was revealed Poppy is getting McFarlane toys, Funko Pops, you know, new merchandise, all that stuff. They were like, oh yeah, there are also upcoming collaborations with Fortnite and Minecraft. So, I don't know how true that is. They might be lying, but it would be hilarious. Though I will be very disappointed if we get Huggy Wuggy in Fortnite before Freddy Farmbo. 1 minute, by the way. Yeah. I kind of glossed over that. In case you didn't hear, Poppy Playtime is getting Funko Pops, Funko Mystery Minis, Funko Bitty Pops in fall 2026. And then in, I think it was spring or summer 2026, they're getting McFarlane figures like that. Anyways, the stream is starting. Huggy before Freddy is... It is. I'm gonna time out the FNAF World music. Whoo! It's almost time. What about Dark Deception collab? They gotta finish a game first. Bendy would be cool. Bendy would be sick. They gotta finish a game for... No, I'm just kidding. Though also a little bit sad. I didn't get to talk about it because I don't really cover Bendy stuff. It is a little bit sad that they canceled Bendy the Cage. Or put it on ice, as they said. But, I mean, that's like a glorified way of saying canceled. I'm glad they're bringing over some stuff into Bendy 3 from the Cage. But I don't know. The Cage sounded really, really good. I've not pre-ordered Mimic, because they don't have pre-orders on Steam yet. Steelwool, what are we doing? You set it up on PlayStation, but you don't have it on Steam? That's money we're missing out on. That's dough. Doubloons. Pirate booty. Don't you want my booty, Steelwool? My gosh. What are we doing here? Steam don't really do pre-orders? Surely they do. There really no pre-orders on Steam? Steam, what are we doing here? Don't you want my booty, Gabe Newell? Trusted AAA companies. Damn you, Gabe! Let me pre-order my Mimic! Trusted AAA companies. Someone goes, I pre-ordered Planet Coaster 2. Hey! Behavior! Where we going? Where we at? Tell Dawko to wake up and stream. Dawko's up. I mean, he posted like an hour ago, his tweet, so he's up. He'll probably record. I imagine he's recording a video, probably with some of his friends. Ah!
Hey.
Hello!
We're back.
I see him. He's over there.
Live in Montreal. We're live in our studio, in our brand new studio. In the studio.
Let me know how the volume is.
Who that?
They're kind of quiet.
That is a palette. That is also a coffee table.
It's got coasters.
You know, you recognize this, but also not a picture frame. That is actually a video screen. We're not going to make use of it today because we literally
Whoa.
installed
Really?
streams in the future. We're going to be having a lot of fun with a lot of these.
How is it? How is it now?
But, streams in the future. We're going to be having a lot of fun with a lot of.
How's it right now?
Like static picture
Right now,
frames.
right
But,
now.
Really excited for us to have this as a resource here in our own studio in Montreal, so we can do more stuff here, including videos that you do all the time, interviews, whatever. So yes, hello, welcome. There are a lot of you out there. Thank you for joining us. This is actually our
I hope they
second
can see
live
chat.
stream of the month of May. Earlier, we were at PAX East in Boston, where also a bunch of people showed up in person, which was an incredible delight to meet so many people.
It's good now. Let's go.
And to ham it up in front of a live audience was pretty fun. So we just wanted to say thank you for that. That you know, was our first big live event in a long time, and y'all showed up. So hopefully that means we can do more. And the only negative of that event, we were not joined by Dork
Yes.
due to visa issues.
Yeah.
What?
It
Oh
was
no.
really sad to be watching from the sidelines, but the hype in that room was electric. Like even being at home, but just rooting you guys, that was just amazing. So I truly hope that maybe in the future I'll be able to meet you guys in person. But for now, let's get into today's live stream, which we're talking about part 2 of our anniversary live nights at Freddy's official live stream. And today,
They said it!
especially at PAX, you guys got a little taste about what was coming with this chapter, but now we're going to be talking about the map, the new gameplay, and the anniversary event, which is right around the corner.
Gameplay.
We have an app. So if you are new to Dead by Daylight, which I suspect some of you are, there are a lot of people here. I'm looking at the wrong camera. Hello, camera 2.
Hello.
If you're new to Dead by Daylight, I just want to quickly explain what's going on today. We're doing our stream, obviously, and generally we try to do these when we have either a release of the full chapter or, as is the case today, a PTB. If you don't know what PTB is, public test battle.
Battle.
What it is a test tool for us on the development team. Truly, it's a chance for us to get the build out early, find some rough edges, anything that might not be working.
Sounds like
get
the volume is
it,
good,
up
chat.
up to gear, up to snuff for the full release.
I think
which
any
is
louder, you
on
probably wouldn't be able to hear
June
me.
17th. So I just wanted to set the stage for you in case you didn't know what
He said
PTB
June
is.
17th,
We'll
right?
mention it a few. So I just wanted to stuff for the full release, which is coming on June 17th.
Yep,
I just wanted to set the stage
official.
for you in case you didn't
It
know what
releases
PTB
June
is. We'll mention it a few
17th.
times, But that is planned to go live as soon as we wrap up the show here today if we time it perfectly. So stay tuned. All right, so Five Nights at Freddy's is our most requested chapter of all time. You have wanted this for a long time. FNAF fans have wanted it for a long time. DUD fans have wanted it for a long time. I have wanted it for a long time. Now it's actually happening. So let's not delay any longer. We'll show you what's coming in the show today with the run of show. So we're going to kick things off with a segment that you know, gameplay, playing as Springtrap. And helping us out, we're going to have Jason Guzzo back with us to talk about Springtrap's gameplay, but also the
Okay, we're
Freddy
back up to live
Fazbear's
now.
Pizza map.
Yes, and then next I'll be joined on the couch with Justin Banks, who's going to break down this year's anniversary event and show us everything that's going to be happening for this last Twisted Masquerade. Then we'll have a new face on the couch, which is going to be Hollis from the product team, who's going to be running through the latest collections that'll be rolling into the fog here in a couple of months. And then after that, Eric and I will be back on the couch to talk about the Dead by Daylight Creator Program.
Okay.
Which I know a lot of our content creators out there.
So they're
at the
starting
edge of
with
their seats
Frombo.
waiting to hear news about, so stay tuned.
And we also have another thing to share with you that is new. Maybe you saw it in your news yesterday in the game. Little spoiler. We're going to be talking about the extremely cool new Dead by Daylight stats tracker that's coming up. We're going to be able to look at your in-game stats and progress as you play, which is really
Bonio5,
Yes,
thanks for
I
the
cannot
dono.
wait
I
to
will
see
go
how
get a
many
large fry
times
after
I
this.
died.
I actually had
After
chicken tenders
that,
and fries last night.
Well, obviously, it's going to be wouldn't be a Dead by Daylight live stream without having some Twitch drops. And we're going to have 3 amazing
Where's
Twitch drops
Freddy
for
Twitch?
players to go ahead and redeem on Twitch.
Where's my
So
Freddy
make sure you're
badge?
looking at the Twitch chat or looking at the QR code to go ahead and make sure you're linking your behavior account so that you're not missing it. It starts today up until June 10th, but maybe, Eric, you want to tell us what we're going to get?
I do, although I don't know that it matches what's in the image. So we have 3 drops for you, but actually the first drop is a combo. You're going to get blood points as well as a smiling
blood
clown
points.
badge. Sorry, I don't. What I have written down versus
Where's
what's in the
Freddy?
image are not
Sorry.
the same thing. So
Sorry.
we're going to learn together what we get. Smiling clown badge, 200,000 blood points bundled together for watching 1 hour, a clown den banner for watching 3 hours, and a pin the tail on the Maurice charm for anyone who accumulates 6 hours of watch time.
6
Oh,
hours?
Maurice, how I miss thee.
I miss him. I have to do my
How long
my
is the
little
stream?
extra math.
I know. I hope he returns to us soon. Before we dive in, one last thing we did want to mention if you've been around for a few weeks. We're running a charity program at the moment, which I've been
charity!
so psyched about, tied to Aurella's release.
You're obsessed with
and
FNAF,
it
just a little
has
bit.
Already, well, it's finished, but it has over $200,000.
Oh my God.
And that's before the multiplier that we're still calculating right now. So thank you to everyone who contributed to that charity. It's going to a really great cause, the Saint Justine Foundation here in Montreal, to help kids and their moms. So thank you, thank you. We'll announce the final number when we have it from the numbers people, but it is
In an
well
online
over
class.
$200,000. So
Who's at school or at work right now?
without further ado,
Oh,
let's talk about Five Nights at Freddy's,
Freddy
bring out
time!
Springtrap, and bring out our dear friend Jay Guzzo, the killer's designer.
Whoa! Spring trap! Here we go! Show him to me! This is really loud! Oh! Okay. Getting me amped up. I'm ready. I'm ready to play with Springtrap. Let's go. Yeah, let's do it. I'm ready. And they replayed the graphic any minute. Oh my God. Jackson, help! Jack, can you hear me? Oh my God! Ow! There he is! That's Springtrap! He's got a Freddy plushie!
I was waiting for Jay to tell us when we're ready, but we're live. See, we told you it's live. You didn't believe us. Okay, so hi, Jay. Hi. So from the time that we announced that Five Nights at Freddy's was coming to Dead by Daylight, obviously the excitement has been off the charts for Five Nights at Freddy's fans, for DBD fans, for myself. for
Yay.
you. You know, people are speculating, who's the killer going to be? Are we going to get a map, et cetera, et cetera?
I hope it's Springtrap.
We answered those things in a high-level way at PAX a few weeks ago. Indeed, we will have a killer, Springtrap. For the first time ever, you get to play as Springtrap instead of be terrorized by Springtrap. Well, if you're a survivor, you'll still be terrorized.
True.
And also, we'll be bringing a new map. So Jay has come here to join us. And if you have watched streams before, you would know Jay from such hits as Chucky.
Yo!
And also
He
Dracula.
designed Chucky?
Jay is the killer designer on both of
At
those,
least in Dead by
as
Daylight?
well as Springtrap. So how are you doing?
I'm doing great, and I'm excited to be here.
I'm also excited for you to be here,
Oh.
Jay. So let's get into it. So as I mentioned, you worked on some pretty iconic licenses already. So
I hope they show like
when you were
concept
assigned
art.
Five Nights at
I don't know if they do
Freddy's,
that stuff, but I hope
What
so.
was it like when you first started working on that chapter?
It was really interesting. I didn't have a lot of experience with it. Excuse me, my throat's a little dry today. I was obviously aware of it. I mean, everybody is. It's become so iconic in such a short period of time. But I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really realize how kind of deep the lore and the story went before I started kind of looking into this chapter. So it's been cool, and like the story is way more horrifying than I ever thought it would be, to be honest.
Interesting that they
Despite
really
how
had to
cute
get
it
into
is,
the story
very
for this collab.
horrifying. And actually, I think that's a very initial common ground DBD fans and FNAF fans will have. Deep lore on both games, much more than you'd expect. And once you dig in, it's really cool stuff, and it goes, like you said, it goes places.
Yeah.
So I guess the way you mentioned it, sounds like you had to do a lot of research to get up to speed.
Yeah,
Yep.
for sure.
I watched a lot of game theory.
You know, one of my favorite things about doing licenses like this is, I guess, a reason to become like a real big nerd about one specific franchise or IP. And
That's
always
good,
amazing.
that's good.
Okay, I got to watch all the movies and Dracula. We played the games and watched stuff. So this one, I did the same thing. I jumped in. My main thing was YouTube and Twitch, watching streams. I watched
He actually,
60 to 70 hours of content.
you actually watched game theory.
Some of the more popular streamers, I guess we can say, all through all the games, including the VR stuff and things. You know,
I think they
not just to
confirmed
see
Mark
games
was
and
one
how
of the ones
played,
they
but also
watched.
the players, how they react, the community, how they react, getting the inspiration for the experience of FNAF, Five Nights at Freddy's, excuse me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a really special thing. You didn't just tackle it from a mechanics point of view. You wanted to understand the community. You wanted to understand
Yeah.
the players, make them feel as welcome in DBD as possible. Dead by Daylight, sorry. No, we're going to be doing this a lot. It's just quicker to use acronyms.
Do they think we don't know what those
I think
mean?
that's a great touch. So any surprises you found along the way as you were doing that?
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, this won't be a surprise to most people, but it was to me, was, like I said, just how passionate the community is. They're, like
Yes.
you said, it's very similar to DBD in that respect of like very passionate fans and very passionate community.
I'm very passionate with
People who
Springtrap.
they watch the trailers and they watch gameplay and they pixel peep.
Oh, yeah.
And they kind of start stringing things together. And I
Don't
imagine
judge
there's
us.
a few Five Nights fans with like the boards with pictures and the string all over them.
Yes, which Jay, you're kind of famous for with Dracula. Hand drew some meme-worthy art, so maybe we'll have some more. But yeah, they're probably picking apart our outfits as we speak. Like, what does it mean? What are the?
He has
I
a
just
Freddy
want people to see
plushie.
my cool
Maybe they're
unique
doing a
Freddy
FNAF
shoes,
chapter.
that's all.
I just wanted people to see. I don't know if I can show it. My daughter.
He's
bought
got the
me,
socks.
Freddy Fazbear socks for Christmas.
Freddy on the feet. Likewise, my son gave me his Freddy plush for good luck today. So
That's really
we are
cute.
loving it over here. Why don't you tell us about how you started to approach the design of Springtrap?
Yeah, it was a really interesting one because obviously, if you know both games,
Both
gameplay-wise, they're
games.
pretty diametrically opposed.
Oh,
Five
Dead by
Nights at
Daylight
Freddy's
FNAF.
is really about sitting still. You manage resources, particularly the battery, and try not to get killed. Whereas DBD is all about moving around, doing the gens. If you sit still, you're gonna get yourself
Not a
killed.
good
It's
strategy.
not a great idea. So it really became about kind of nailing down what the quintessential Five Nights at Freddy's experience is. Things like the security office,
Yes.
the battery power,
Yes.
all those amazing jump scares,
Yes.
and just kind of figuring out how to adapt
IGN
that
released photos.
into the context of DBD.
Perfect. So with that transition, let's get into Springtrap specifically.
Oh, they do have
and
photos.
gameplay.
Yeah. So
Oh
one
my
of the
God!
goals for Springtrap was to figure out how to lean into those jump scares, which are
Oh
kind
my
of
God!
the thing about the Five Nights at Freddy's games, right? Without making him just a straight up stealth killer, which was something we wanted
Hold
to
on,
do.
I'll show it on screen.
So I had this idea of doing something that we'd never really tried before, where we focus Springtrap kind of as a
have to show, look.
themselves with their.
He's got his knife!
We just kind of leaned into that and gave him more of those opportunities.
There he is right there on screen.
There
by the
he
way.
is, yeah.
I think
He
we can
looks
have another one of him
interesting.
doing a little bit of a grab.
Yeah.
Yes.
His mask is
and-
a little
and yeah,
strange.
and we gave him a pretty unique projectile, which is really cool.
His body-
So Springtrap has 2 weapons.
Oh.
I get to finally announce. I know the community have been talking about
He has
it.
2 weapons.
So he has a large pizza knife as his main weapon, and a heavy fire axe as his.
Ah!
Oh, the fire axe. So let's talk about the axe. How do you use the axe? How's it different from projectiles that other characters? In
He's got a pizza
Yeah,
axe
so
or a
it's
fire
very
axe and pizza
unique.
knife.
It's not going to play like any other projectile killer that you've tried before. We wanted to do something a little bit interesting with it. So if you throw the axe and it hits something in the environment, whether it's a missed shot or it's deliberate, it creates an AoE that lasts about 15 seconds. And if a survivor walks through it, you get killer instinct on them for a short period of time. If you hit a survivor with it, it kind of gets lodged in their back while you're chasing. So they can remove it manually, or they can do it quicker in co-op with another survivor.
Oh my god.
As Springtrap, you can also retrieve it yourself if you get in close. You can skip kind of the steps of downing the survivor and picking them up. You get in close to a survivor that has the axe embedded in them. You click the button, you grab the axe and the survivor at the same time. You get a cool little jump scare.
You get a
and you
jump
land them on your shoulder. A couple of little notes. One of them is while you have your projectile available,
Look at him!
move at 4.4 meters per second. There he is.
There's a little glimpse of some jump scare action.
But once you've thrown the axe,
Oh my
you actually
God.
move at 4.6 meters per second. It's something that we've never really done base kit for a killer.
That's his jump.
Meaning that you have to recall the axe manually. It never comes back to you automatically unless you throw it out of the map because you can make a mistake. But yeah, as long as it's in the environment or in a survivor or whatever it is, you have to manually recall.
Dude, this looks
Lightning the load a little bit,
crazy.
makes it a bit faster.
Exactly.
Perfect. So that brings us to another unique part of his gameplay, and I think super iconic to Five Nights at Freddy's, the security office. So let's get into that.
Okay.
So it was really important for us to give the killer and the survivor a really kind of interesting shared experience in that space, which allowed us to also lean into the jump scares. And some of the ways we came up with was to introduce a security office.
Security
which
office.
is part of any trial that Springtrap is the killer. It's part of his power, but it acts as kind of a transitionary space. So we have
Ooh.
7 doors that appear randomly around the map at chest spawns, and these can be used by survivors or killers to teleport around the map.
Oh,
Yeah, there be a door.
There it is.
there's a
And survivors
door.
can also use them for surveillance. So as a survivor, you interact with the door. It brings up the camera view. You'll get the kind of iconic map view in the bottom right of all the different cameras.
This
On
is
the
so
bottom
much
left, you'll
info.
see your battery power, which we'll talk about in a second. You can see what's going on in the other doors. You can switch between doors. If you see something that, if it looks safe on the other end, you press the button. Your character goes into the security office, and then it's kind of like a hands-off, almost like a theme park experience. where
What? This
first-person
is crazy.
office, which is really cool.
And one thing you mentioned, again, just in case we have new folks playing, regardless of what map you're playing on, this functionality, the security room will be there as long as Springtrap is the killer in the match.
Yeah, exactly. And as a survivor, if you happen to see Springtrap through a camera, if you train your camera on him for a
There's
few
an article
seconds,
with 20
he'll
photos.
be revealed for a little bit for the whole survivor
Nice.
team.
I'm looking.
And what about if, like, what if Springtrap goes in at the same time as a survivor goes in at a different door and they meet?
Yeah, so since they can both use the doors in the security office,
Yeah.
we wanted to make sure
IGN?
that there was
Is
an
this it?
opportunity for that interaction.
Holy shit.
So if a
Yeah.
survivor is moving through that space,
Dude.
together, and Springtrap, excuse me, chooses one of those 2 doors, whether the one they're coming from or the one they're going to.
There's so much happening right now.
I love all the little touches that the team has planted in there like that. I think the fans are really going to love it, including this. You mentioned the battery. Managing the battery is part of this as well. So how
Managing the
that work
power.
Yeah, so survivors share a universal battery. It's shared amongst all of them. It drains a little bit, kind of ticks down per second while you're using the cameras. We didn't want players to just be the man in the chair, just sitting there and telling all their friends. So it drains a little bit using the teleporter to move around the map. Takes off a big old chunk in one
This is
shot.
crazy. They did so
And you have
much
to
with
kinda
this.
Manage that battery as a team. It slowly recharges on its own over time, but you have to kind of manage when and where you're using it. If the battery does run out, the security system, which is kind of the doors, the cameras, the office, goes into shutdown mode for 45 seconds. But Springtrap is not affected by the battery. So
Of course he's
if
not.
the survivors have kind of overplayed their hand and they shut the security office down, they've kind of given up their one bit of power in this chapter, and Springtrap can still use the doors and bounce around.
Dude,
Dangerous.
this is crazy. I
Dangerous.
can't even keep up. This is so much.
Fantastic. But what about disabling the doors?
Yes.
Yes.
So to go back to the axe, if the killer hits either a camera or a door, the whole thing, with their axe, that door, and they can teleport away. They can't teleport to that door, and they can't see through the camera that's been disabled.
Got it.
When the killer retrieves it, that effect lingers a little bit. It becomes a really cool
Bro.
way of like, I need to scope this area out, but I don't want to be revealed or seen. You can disable the door, move around, use it to fake the survivors out.
Got it. But it's
Yeah.
not permanent. The door can be used again after the axe has been retrieved.
Unless it's in shutdown, which means the survivors can't use it anyway.
Right. Cool.
This is so much.
So speaking about moving around the map, coolest things about the chapter, in fact, is the map. Freddy Fazbear's Pizza is now a new map, a new level within Dead by Daylight for DBD fans, specifically in the Withered Isle realm.
Withered
tell
Isle.
us
Yeah,
about the
that's what
map.
people were talking about.
So the art team and the level design team, much like me, they did a ton of research, and like I don't say this just because we're doing the stream here, but it's
Of course.
in the same way that we worked hard at kind of integrating a lot of opportunities for jump scares into the killer gameplay. Their team really wanted to make sure that they did the same when it comes to things like Easter eggs and scares around the map. So it really pays off if you're kind of an exploratory player.
Okay, that's what we will be doing.
So are there some areas that you want to shout out that Five Nights at Freddy's fans might recognize?
Yeah, I mean, there's gonna be a lot. You'll see a lot of small references and stuff, but obviously we've recreated a lot of kind of the iconic areas from the game.
Okay.
But we're also letting you exit the pizzeria to explore the outside a little bit, which is really cool.
Okay.
And we wanted to kind of add a little bit.
But
more
give me
space for
specifics.
More dynamic chases and whatnot.
Yeah.
But for the rooms, we've got the lobby, we've got the dining hall, of course.
True.
And we have the arcade, which is it's all.
That's
very
not the
kind of
arcade.
Creepily
That's
decorated
not
like
it.
a birthday party, and we have areas like the kitchen and even the mechanical room, which is cool. And
The mechanical
there you
room.
go.
That's
yeah.
right there too.
yeah, so altogether, this should kind of feel like I guess a formerly working
Yes.
pizzeria. And, of course, since it's Dead by Daylight, the entity's weird pustules and deformations are everywhere to remind you exactly of where you still are and
You're
where
making
you're
a
stuck.
judgment call on those pustules there, Jay.
But if you're a Five Nights at Freddy's fan, I think you're really going to love the map.
Bro,
They've
they're
done a lot
doing
of really
so
cool work.
much.
Yeah, it's super fun. And it looks really good too. The art team did knock it out of the park. But also with Springtrap wandering around, it's like a terror. And I think for Five Nights at Freddy's fans, like, whoop, you're going to be in familiar territory.
Yeah.
there. So one
I
other
can't-
nice
I
thing
can't
that we
keep
did
up
mention
with tweets.
on the PAX broadcast, but I do want to mention it again. We're going to have a separate queue for
Yes, the map
this
queue.
map specifically, which means you want to go to the game and you just want to check out the map. Normally, in the past, you'd be in the general rotation of maps and all that. Now you can go straight in just to the pizzeria without having to.
That's gonna be
hope that you
good.
get
That's
there.
gonna be good.
So
That's
it's
what
gonna
we'll be
its own
doing.
queue when you join the game.
Exclusively
And
playing
That's a feature that's going forward with any chapter with a new map.
the
So
FNAF
having
map.
a queue for that new map, which is really cool.
Perfect. Okay. How about some last tips
Yep.
for survivors and for killer players?
Yeah, so for the killer, as Springtrap, get used to the arc of the projectile. As I said, it's super unique.
Gonna have to get used to
compared
throwing
to
your weapon.
Other projectile killers, we've done something that really allows you to kind of pull off some pretty gnarly trick shots. We've seen some really interesting ones on our internal playtest.
There will be a
It's super
video
fun.
discussing
So
all
test
this,
that
don't
out,
worry.
Get used to it. And
There's a lot
take
here,
advantage
so
of the jump
I'll
scares.
have to do a video,
Yeah. Especially
absolutely.
if you're playing with your friends, hearing them shout in your ear is always a great time. But for survivors, take advantage of the cameras and the doors. It may seem a little unsafe because you can be interrupted or whatever, but they're really valuable tools if you get used to them and you use it to reveal the killer and kind of scoping out the area.
I'm trying to keep up with tweets, but I can't.
You'll
kinda giving
get
up.
more of an advantage out of them than I think you realize at first.
Heck
But-
yeah.
But yeah,
Well, Jay, thank you so much, as
Thank you.
always, for joining us on the couch with your wonderful work.
Any
and the
gameplay?
fun stuff
Not
that you
footage
planted in
just
there.
yet, but the PTB
Soon enough,
releases in
people
30
get to
minutes.
play around with it. I know you're
Yeah.
going to be glued to your Twitch screen so you
Oh,
can watch
yes.
people play it, test it out. Thank you so much for joining us. The show must roll on. So next, we're going to bring out our friend Justin Banks to fill you in on
Okay.
DBD's anniversary event that's right around the corner.
Okay. They're going to talk about some
Fireball.
other stuff. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys some of the brand new images because they released as the stream was going on and I didn't want to put something else on the screen. But IGN just released 2 articles detailing the collab. So hopefully we should be able to watch this without being interrupted by a butt ton of ads. We will see how that goes. But I think kind of the main thing of these brand new photos of Springtrap. So you got this one here of his full body. And honestly, I don't think it looks terrible, but I feel like his body area kind of looks a little plain. The shape of his face is like very, very rounded. If I want to be a prick and really, really nitpick, I don't think it looks terrible, but I think it looks, the proportions are just a little bit off, I feel like. The chest decorations, yeah. This part of him seems kind of empty. Though, honestly, like, this one looks pretty good. Here we can see his pizza knife that he wields. This might be my favorite image of him. He looks fantastic here. He looks really, really good here. Look at that. He's grabbing a survivor by the neck. Oh, that looks super, super good. I really, really love that. This is a jump scare. They said that this was his jump scare. We can also see a camera right here. The light's on, so maybe a survivor's watching the camera right now. But this looks really cool. I can't wait to see his jump scare. This is just like an image of it. Ooh, boy. God, I wish Springtrap be grabbing me from the neck. Oh, my God, Springtrap right there. All right. We got him walking around. We can just barely see the fire axe. Just barely see the axe right there. This is him walking around the arcade area. Dude, I can't believe they gave him the axe as well. I didn't really have time to, like, process that. So he has 2 weapons. A pizza knife, which I'm assuming is just, like, a basic, like, melee thing. But then he also has the fire axe that he can throw, and it'll, like, lodge into the back of players' back. And I think he said that works as, like a second down or something. I don't know. We're gonna have to test that out. We've seen this one. We've seen this one as well. So those are the brand new images of Springtrap. Then they also had these images of the map, but I think we've seen all of these. Yes, we have. So let's try and look to see if they have any, like, details of him. Actually, first of all, I should say, because I'm seeing some comments in the chat. What do you think? What are your initial thoughts right now? Do you think it's a W or an L? Well, that's going to be our metric. If you think it's a win, hit W on your keyboard. If you think it's an L, type the letter L. Let me put the FNAF 1 music back up. Personally, I think I still need to see it in action, but I'm sold so far. I'm seeing a lot of W's, seeing some E's. Okay. Saw 1 L. It's a bit strange, but I think I'll enjoy it. I think... God, FNAF, what are you allowed? I think once we get hands-on with the PTB in 30 minutes, we should be able to have a better grasp on what we think, you know? So far, I'm open to it. I don't hate it so far. But I really want to get my hands... I want to get my hands on Springtrap, and I want his hands right here. You know what I'm saying? God, can I get some amens in the chat? Thank you. Let me see... Screenshots. Springtrap uses a giant pizza knife as his primary weapon and a fire axe for his power. Okay. It's the latter, so the fire axe, that players will find most useful as it can be used as an AoE tool. I don't know what AoE is. DBD heads in chat, what does this stand for? Out of area of effect. Thank you, chat. FNAF veteran, thank you. Skort, Snartles, of course. Okay. So, area of effect. That reveals survivors to the killer. If a thrown is timed well enough, it can be large in another player's back, presenting an opportunity to trigger a Five Nights at Freddy's style jump scare if Springtrap is the one to remove it. So you throw the axe, it's large in a player's back. When you walk up to the player with the axe, you take it out. Okay. And then also when you throw it, there's like an area around that if a player walks through that area, they'll be highlighted in Springtrap's vision. Okay, I gotcha. Adding to behavior special sauce. Hey, yo there, what? Is the inclusion of FNAF movie star Matthew Lillard, who provided his voice and likeness for those who pick up the Animatronics Yellow Rabbit legendary outfit. The legendary Glitch Trap outfit, and the very rare Clown Springtrap and Toxic Springtrap outfit. So those are brand new cosmetics. I gotta tweet that. We got a Glitch Trap outfit, a Clown Springtrap outfit, and a Toxic Springtrap outfit. Cosmetics. Interesting. What are your guys' thoughts? Interesting that they went with 2 AR skins. But okay. Legendary Glitch Trap. Very rare Clown Springtrap. And Toxic Springtrap outfits plural. Interesting. As well as Freddy Fazbear's t-shirts for survivors. Interesting. Interesting. They didn't go with Peanut Springtrap. They didn't go with old Scrap Trap. IGN. Okay. Interesting. I mean, Springtrap is interesting. Toxic Springtrap mentioned. Yeah. Hold on. Now I gotta pull up pictures of Toxic Springtrap. Oh my god. I've not had to look this guy up in a freaking hot minute. And also Clown Springtrap. My goodness. I mean, I feel like Toxic Springtrap kind of makes sense, you know? With the whole feel of all, like, the goopy whatever. Pull them up on the screen. You guys know what they look like. I mean, I can, because I do need to look up photos of them anyway. If I had any images of them, actually. Toxic Springtrap. I'm assuming these kind of cosmetics. Oh, shoot. No. I just exited out of the thing I needed. Will not be in the PTB. Right? Probably. I don't think cosmetics are in the PTB, but I would love to be corrected by the chat room. If chat room wants to correct me. Why can I not find any images of these guys? Flaming Springtrap in Hell? Flaming Springtrap would have been sick. I don't know. It seems a little weird they didn't want to do him. Why did I just go on a FNAF wiki and Toxic Springtrap is labeled Lean Trap? I don't think that's what he's called. I mean, who knows? I haven't checked in on FNAF AR in a little bit. Because that's his name? Yeah, we'll go with that. What am I trying to find? It's the AAA wiki is the one I'm trying to find. There's so many different FNAF wikis. You're crazy. You're crazy for that one. Need Springtrap to clap me, you know. Anyways. Would have been too easy to see from afar. Maybe, yeah. Yeah, okay, fine, chat. Fine, chat. We need a wiki for the wiki. Like, on God. Toxic Springtrap. I just need a clear photo of him. Here we go. Production artwork and promotional art for Toxic Springtrap. Here, let me pull up these guys for you. I feel like... And then what was the last one? Glitch Trap. Is there a good just image of Glitch Trap? I do think Glitch Trap's a W. I'm a little hesitant on the 2 AR characters, though. I don't know. I feel like we could have gotten some better picks. Not that I have anything really against Toxic Springtrap or Clown Trap over there. But I don't know. I feel like it would have been cooler, even if it doesn't make sense like lore-wise, you know. I don't. I'm sure Scott cares. Does Scott know I don't care? I feel like a Mimic or even Burn Trap. I feel like Burn Trap is more recognizable than these 2 AR characters. Here, let me post all these images. Burn Trap would have been sick. I know, it would have been so cool. Burn Trap is the Mimic, though. That's what I'm saying, Raz. I know Scott cares about that kind of stuff, and, like, obviously that's why they didn't go with that. But JonnyBlox... JonnyBlox wants it. Don't they know that, Raz? Here, let me post some of these images. Hold on. Survivor. Nights at Freddy's 5. It's weird they didn't mention this on the broadcast, by the way. Okay. So Yellow Rabbit legendary outfit. We already knew about that. I'll pass pass it on Jonathan Roblox. Thank you. Finally, someone who understands me. Legendary Glitch Trap. Very rare Clown Springtrap. And then Toxic Springtrap. Sorry this is taking a while, chat. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But also this is going to be good because I'm going to have all of these images in one place. Don't forget Saturday. Okay, Yellow Rabbit legendary. Okay. So down bad for Spring Boy? I mean, bro, is it not a little... Come on, you're telling me you've never looked at Spring Boy and been like... Did you see the image of him choking that person? Sorry, I'm freaking out. Here, okay, I have all of these images pulled up now, so we can go through them and we can actually look at... there is a spelling mistake in my tweet. No one look. No one look! Okay. Freddy Fazbear's t-shirts. God, chat, you take so long. Okay. So, these are the skins that we're going to be rocking. We already have seen the legendary Yellow Rabbit Springtrap from the FNAF movie. But we now know that these 3 other outfits are going to be Springtrap's outfits. First of all, base default Springtrap. In all of his god glory. We're also going to get Glitch Trap. A very rare Clown Springtrap. And then Toxic Springtrap. Do you think they're going to make him respect? Is there going to be any more, or is it just these 3? This seems like a lot, so I would assume this is it. I don't know how many skins they usually do. But already, this is 4 skins. Yellow Rabbit, Glitch Trap, Clown Springtrap, Toxic Springtrap. Hottest dog! Hello, hot dog. 4 skins to start rocks. This is a lot of skins. And, again, I like half these picks. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I, don't have the best of experiences with AR in the past. But, as someone pointed out earlier, technically this isn't Afton. technically. But we can make do. I kind of want to see what Twitter thinks. Let me refresh. I do not dare put Twitter on the stream. Need to me? Not to like call out this person. Where is this info? Brother. Also, yeah, FNAF AR representation after it's been shut down is a little crazy. A little crazy. But hey, whatever. Whatever. Curse? Yeah, why didn't they do the curse? Go back to the stream. Are they doing something on the broadcast? They're showing skins? Oh, they're now. Are they now, folks? Folks, let's go. Let's tune back in. Is it skins for Spring Boy? Oh.
We also have a Glitch Trap, a legendary outfit for Springtrap. Now, Glitch Trap first
there he is!
Help Wanted, and its sequel, Help Wanted 2, where he played a very crucial role in the story.
Springtrap, my boy!
As part of this collection. And as an added bonus, for both legendary outfits, when you unlock them, you'll receive a portrait badge of those characters as well. So a Glitch Trap portrait badge for Glitch Trap, and a yellow rabbit portrait with Matthew Lillard's likeness when you buy that as well. We also have two very rare outfits for Springtrap, which are both taken from Five Nights at Freddy's Special Delivery, the mobile AR game, which
is dead.
Springtrap.
Look at him!
Springtrap. Now,
oh my god! Wait, that one looks awesome.
From the game, looking just like fans will remember him, but we put our own twist on Toxic Springtrap to really make him our own. But that's not all. For the survivors out there who want to show their love for FNAF, there will be Freddy Fazbear's T-shirts available for all original survivors.
Look at that art! Wait, that looks awesome.
Bundled together at a discount.
That's gonna be great. I mean, I love like the shirts especially because it gives them this nice, cool, casual look. And I think because of that, it's why I love the next collection you're gonna be talking about.
Casual is a great way to describe it because this outfit, this collection is simply called the Casual Collection. And as the name implies, it focuses on streetwear and casual clothing, letting us add more variety to.
Wait, those skins look sick. I want to go back to them. Are they done with FNAF?
So, for example, a guy like Gabriel, who's often portrayed in space-themed outfits, we finally gave him something more casual to show a different side of his character.
Looks so good.
He's a handsome man, isn't he?
Handsome man.
Handsome. On top of Gabriel, we also have outfits for Tori, who will be taking a break from her cult robes.
That looks so good.
One I know
I don't think these are
really
FNAF now.
about, which is Talita, who is getting some pants and escaping her shorts and skirt purgatory that she was in for a bit there.
Talita mentioned.
Okay, let's go back because I want to see it. Dude, look at Glitch Trap! Look at him! What's... Bro's got a tum! Bro's got a tummy on him. Okay. Bro's got a tummy. Damn. Alright.
Wanted 2, where he played a very crucial role in the story. So it's amazing to have him as part of this collection. And as an added bonus, for both legendary outfits, when you unlock them, you'll receive a portrait badge of those characters as well. So
you also get a portrait badge with these skins.
Trap portrait badge for Glitch. We also
He's got those
two very rare
purple eyes.
Trap, which are both taken from Five Nights at
Okay, he did confirm Toxic Springtrap is also very rare.
Freddy's Special Delivery, the mobile AR game.
They made him pregnant.
Clown Springtrap and
look at his big beady eyes. Oh my god. Oh, look at his fingers. Imagine those right here. Dude, this looks good.
Toxic Springtrap.
His eyes are a bit beady. This might be my favorite. Call me crazy. I think this one is my... Genuinely. Seriously, this looks sick. I want to smack that belly. This one looks so cool. You've got like... Dude. Oh my god. And the yellow rabbit skin. Yeah, well, we've seen that already. So, there he is. There's my goat. We've seen that one already. But look at this. Look at this, dude. It looks so good. Who would have thought they cooked the most on the AR skin? I get what you mean, Snartles. It kind of does. Oh my god. Wait, they've cooked. They've cooked.
Clowns on top of individually.
This art is really good too. I want to know who did this. Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. You got all the gang there. There's Mr. Cupcake. We found him. He's been hanging out on the t-shirt. Human head is fused into his left shoulder. Oh my god. A little bit sad that it's just like this for survivors. Can we at least change the color, by the way? Like, what? I love the art. The art is really good. Was the decals bigger? Yeah. Bigger decal, different color. I don't get why it's bright, like toothpaste mint. It's like, what's going on? Hex, I've said this. Dawko, get on it! Dawko, you gotta get on it!
Or bundled together at a discount.
That's gonna be great. I mean,
Wait, bundled
If
together
anyone
at a
showed their love
discount?
for FNAF, there will be Freddy Fazbear's t-shirts available for all original survivors. You can
T-shirts. It's multiple T-shirts. Okay. You're showing Lillard?
program. So stay tuned.
Where's Willard? Hey.
of an aquatic xenomorph. It's
Where?
Collections that'll be coming into the fog.
July 16th.
I already know a very distinct group of people that were playing
What?
nothing but Ace Visconti during 2v8, and they're going to be wearing the hell out of that
Yeah,
speedo.
so these collections, we have Pants Gang and No Pants Gang now.
Am I tripping? Where's... I'm live! I'm live! It's on the creator program. What? What do you mean I'm behind? This guy? You not see the other Matthew
We're back.
Lillard image. Hold
How
on.
about them pants?
If there was no sound effect, that would be so funny.
Yeah. New stream capabilities, the technology is amazing. Just a quick note, I did see
What?
people, they thirsting for
You
whatever the Hattie cosmetic is.
thought they were going to say, wait, this one?
That was recorded just for Dead by Daylight, as well as the special voiceover and animations in the lobby.
Okay, I cannot wait to get my hands on that. But are there going to be other versions of Springtrap coming into the fog as well?
One of the
This?
outfits at PAX, but we have a few more show updated that no one's seen quite yet.
Okay.
But in case you didn't miss PAX, first of all, what are you doing?
Yeah, what
Lillard, who played William Afton on screen before the Springlock accident,
We've seen this one. Chad, we've seen this one. I showed it.
turns it into Springtrap. Now, this outfit
Me when I lie! Mods,
Program, as you
find those chatters, invade their homes.
probably know, is called the Fog Whisperers. They're an amazing group of people that I've gotten to meet a bunch of now. Very thankful for that. They're awesome.
Thank you, Mattis.
They're content creators.
10 minutes, by the way, until the PTB. 10 minutes! Where we can actually play with Springtrap. Chat, right here. Right there.
On all
Let
things
me
we're gonna
in!
Start doing.
Let me
So for
in!
starters, we're actually going to retire the name Fog Whisperers, so that crew remains in the
Call
the
it
stratosphere as
the
Fog
partners
Whisperer
in cr-
as the Dead by Daylight creator program.
What a worse name. I mean, it gets the point across. But the Fog Whisperer sounds so sick.
Yes.
Yes, but don't worry, for anyone wondering, most Fog Whisperers are still staying on with us involved. We're expanding the benefits attached to working with us, and we'll be welcoming.
Okay, I want to say they're done with Frombo now. Want to say they're done with Frombo. Damn, I really can't believe they brought in. They brought in some AR skins. I just can't get over
we also
Toxic
have
Springtrap.
two very rare
Why'd they give him a tummy? What's going on with him, bro? He actually does look pregnant. What did they do to you, Springtrap? What did they do to you?
outfits for Springtrap, which are both taken from Five Nights at Freddy's Special Delivery, the mobile AR game, which are Clown Springtrap.
Dude, it's gonna be so funny. It's gonna be so funny when Dead by Daylight fans are like, "Oh, dude, this Springtrap thing, these Springtrap skins are actually pretty cool. Let me go check out the AR mobile game that they're from." Do they know? Oh no, they don't know.
Springtrap. Now, Clown Springtrap is pulled pretty much straight from the game, looking just like fans will remember him. But we put our own twist on Toxic Springtrap to really make him our own. But that's not.
Dude, he looks so cool. Think they'll improve the torso design of Springtrap? I kind of hope so, but I doubt it. everything seems pretty set in stone. They're not going to do any like major changes outside of like balancing stuff from the PTB reactions. Everything is pretty set in stone already. I think it really just depends on... I don't know if I feel like I'm just saying this. I feel like it really depends on the angle. Because, like, this one... I mean, it's really just when you can't see the torso.
One of them is, while you have her...
Wait, where was the first one they showed?
Getting close to...
With the knife, this one. I don't know, his head is still really round. I really... Listen, I want to make it very clear, because people get like this on Twitter recently. I am not being ungrateful. I'm so unbelievably happy that we have gotten this collab, that it looks this good. I'm just nitpicking because I'm such a passionate fan about FNAF. We've been waiting for this for so long. I think it's a little understandable to be nitpicky. But at the end of the day, I love this a lot. I'm so happy. I do think he looks good. I really do. I'm just being a nitpicker. Sorry.
Those opportunities.
I'm glad he got a knife. Glad he got the axe. I'm glad he got the knife. Because if we had like another Hex incident or Vanny incident where he had like a pizza cutter. Wow. He's coming after you with a pizza cutter. Nah, you gotta go all out. You gotta go all out. AR skins are game accurate. Well, they said they took their own liberty with Toxic Yowie over here. Which honestly, I mean, hey, this looks heat. This is insane. I can't stop looking at this. This is crazy. Head shape's on point. Yeah. He's looking at me like that. Yeah, Matthew Lillard looks good. It doesn't seem like he has an option to put his mask on. I know some people wanted that.
But in case you did miss PAX, first of all, what are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing?
Second of all, you would have saw that we revealed our yellow rabbit legendary outfit for our new killer, Springtrap. This is an incredible outfit from the Finance of Freddy's movie that features the likeness of Matthew Lillard, who played William Afton on...
He looks a bit different. Apparently, it'll be added later. Can we get a source on that one? Your Honor, I guess we never did finish that, those IGN articles. Oh, these are really long, though, and I don't want to read a whole article on stream. I'm trying to gloss through it to see if there's anything of note. Oh, this is interesting. Yeah, mostly just behind the scenes stuff. I'll include some of this in my review summary video and everything, but it's mostly just behind the scenes. Nothing too big to like bring up on stream and be like, chat, look at this. Predictions on anything FNAF 2 movie related. For this collab, probably not. I think they've gotten everything done. Everything's pretty much done for the collab, for the chapter. They just need like feedback on balancing stuff, gameplay, which they'll tweak a little bit. But I mean, it comes out, you know, less than a month. They really can't do anything. PTB, when exactly? In 4 minutes at the top of the hour. I do want to say again, unfortunately, I've tried everything I can. I can't get my face cam to work when I have Dead by Daylight open. It lags the heck out of my camera. I've tried everything. I tried setting my face cam to like 480, you know, 360. As low as I could go, it still just lags it. But we will still be playing. I think we have a Baddest wants to play. But I also want to see if we can get into just a private lobby to hopefully look around the map first. Not even 1 PS, not even 1 PS. FPS. It is slow. It is slow. I mean, I can show you when we boot it up. It's just not... I'm sorry, it's not gonna happen. We're going the fusion route with this. No face cam. But yeah. Overall, now that we have the cosmetics revealed, Matthew Lillard,
If it has some special.
Glitch Trap, that guy, Toxic Springtrap,
We put our own
and Clown Springtrap.
Clown Springtrap.
What are your thoughts on the chapter now? What are your thoughts on all the cosmetics? I do think they could have done a bit more with the survivors. I think at least like a security guard uniform for a FNAF would have been good. But I think overall, yeah, what do you guys give it out of 10? Feel free. Anyone who complains is stupid. I don't think that's a fair thing to say. I think this has, again, been in the making for a long time. People have wanted this for so long. I feel like it is absolutely perfectly valid if something doesn't meet those expectations. You're joking? That's fine. I didn't mean to make it seem like I was attacking you. I'm just saying I have seen that complaint a lot. People being like, anyone who complains for FNAF nowadays is just ungrateful. But it's like, well, there absolutely are some stuff that we should be complaining about. Because that, you know, that's how the franchise grows. That's how it evolves. Anyways, there is 1 minute now until the PTB is set to be released. Chat, if you don't know how to access a PTB on Dead by Daylight, I will let you know exactly how. I only know how to do it on Steam. I don't know if you can do it on other platforms. Because I think Dead by Daylight is on consoles. I think it's on mobile as well. I only know how to do it on Steam. So if you're looking at Steam, you're looking at your Dead by Daylight thing, you right click, you go to Properties. There should be a little tab under Properties that says like Updates or Betas. And then from there, oh, it's on Switch? No shot is it on Switch. How the hell does it look on Switch? You have to download the whole game again? I hope not. That's not what I was told, Startles. No, do you really? I was told it's only like new content that I have to download. If the stream like lags or stutters, okay, it's 12. I'm gonna open Steam now. You might have to reset Steam if you already had it open. That's what I have to deal with in the past. If the stream lags a lot because it's downloading, I do think what I'm gonna do is just end the stream. And I will download it and we'll come back later tonight and play it with people. PTB's PC exclusive, I figured. Alright, I am opening in Steam. Let's have a look. Alright. I'm not gonna show you my Steam. You don't want to know what games I'm playing. Properties, betas. There it is! There it is, folks! It is open. It's freaking open. Alright, I'm gonna get to downloading this. It is downloading currently. It is set to take... I might have to end the stream. I will see if it goes down, but it says it's gonna take 40 minutes. And I don't want to make you guys wait that long. I'm gonna make a tweet quick. 5. Yeah, no, we might have to come back later tonight. This is gonna take way too long. It's gonna take way too long while I'm live. I'll give it a bit longer, like a few more minutes to see if it goes down. But yeah, it's not looking too good. Beta participation. Wow, wow, wow. I believe it's for multiple days, at least 6. Yes. True. Yes, it is. At least that's what I've heard as well. Can you show us the downloading process? No. What I can show you is my tweet that I'm putting out. Do. Okay, I'm going to do this, then I'm going to do a little bit of this. Okay. Has it gone down at all? It has gone down to 50. Awesome. Okay, yeah. Chat, here's what I'm going to do. This is going to take a bit too long, and I don't want to keep you guys waiting for 40 minutes while it downloads. It's going to go by faster if I'm not streaming anyways. So, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to end the stream right now. I'm sorry. Later tonight, I'm going to aim for like 7 p.m. Eastern time. Because, again, I have to go get my car. I have to go get my car. I'm going to have, hopefully, a full lobby of people. That's what I'm going to work on in the meantime, is a full lobby of people so that we can all play. Because otherwise, we sit here for 50 minutes, I get into a private lobby, we explore around the map, you know. I would feel bad holding you guys here for 50 minutes when I don't have a full lobby of, like, other people to play with. I would feel bad. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to end the stream now. I'm going to let this download. I'm going to hold off on playing it. We're going to get my first reactions when later tonight when I play it with people who have probably already played it by now, but it should be a lot more fun if I end it now and join later tonight. So, thank you all so much for coming to this stream. Sorry to end it off on kind of an anticlimactic note. I might record offline. I'm watching the download. It just went up to 9 hours. It is not going to download while I'm live. So yeah, I'm going to end the stream now. Thanks for watching. Again, sorry I can't really react while I'm doing my live tweets, but that's just me business right now. Some really fun reveals. Really, really, really fun reveals. And I'm so happy that I get to react to stuff like this on stream with you guys. All right? So thanks for coming out. I'll see you guys later tonight for a stream. Again, I apologize, but hopefully we should have a lot more people under my belt. Hopefully one of them is Springtrap under my belt. Anyways, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna let you guys go. Go play the PTB. Go play it. Go leave feedback for behavior so they can make the chapter better when it comes out in June. Bye, 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 bye. See you later tonight for Springtrap. I always Springtrap.